Ladies and gentlemen, step back into the era when Lincoln's image first began gracing America's humble copper coin, the legendary wheat 1 cent. Minted from 1909 to 1958, this tiny piece of bronze carried the nation through wars, depression, and recovery. In today's video, we'll journey through some of its most historic years, 1918, 1931, 1934, and 1936, uncovering the stories, designs, and hidden value behind each remarkable coin that helped define America's change pocket for nearly half a century. As we move beyond the introduction and step deeper into history, our journey begins with the 1918 wheat 1 cent, a coin born in the final days of World War I, carrying the weight of a changing America on its tiny copper shoulders. The 1918 wheat penny wasn't just an ordinary coin. It was a reflection of an entire nation's resilience. Designed by Victor David Brenner, its obverse features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and strength during times of struggle. The reverse side proudly displays two wheat ears framing the words, 1 cent, a tribute to the agricultural roots that built America. Unlike coins bearing mint marks from Denver or San Francisco, the 1918 no mint mark penny was struck in Philadelphia, the oldest and most historic mint in the country. Every coin from this mint carried a legacy of craftsmanship and pride, and the 1918 issue was no exception. Millions were produced, but very few survived in pristine condition, making high-grade examples astonishingly valuable today. Each coin you hold from this era has a story to tell. Imagine the hands that exchanged this penny over a century ago, perhaps a soldier returning from war, a farmer buying seeds, or a mother purchasing bread for her family. These coins were not just currency. They were part of American life, passed from one generation to the next, carrying silent tales of hope, hardship, and renewal. Over the decades, most 1918 wheat pennies were lost, damaged, or worn beyond recognition through circulation. But the few that remained, preserved carefully, untouched by time, have become prized possessions in the eyes of collectors. Their value isn't just in metal, it's in history itself. For collectors, the 1918 no mint mark penny represents far more than its face value. Its design, age, and condition combine to make it one of the most sought-after wheat cents of the early 20th century. Even in average circulated condition, this coin commands respect, and in exceptional condition, it transforms into a numismatic jewel. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In mint state condition, those with no wear and deep red luster, this coin has been known to reach prices as high as $3,500, and in some rare cases, even beyond. Imagine holding a single penny worth thousands. That's the power of the 1918 wheat penny. Collectors around the world actively hunt for this coin because it represents the perfect blend of age, artistry, and scarcity. Every slight variation in color, every detail in Lincoln's portrait, and every untouched surface can elevate its worth. It's not just a coin, it's an artifact that bridges the past and present. What truly makes the 1918 no mint mark penny so special is its connection to history. This coin was minted during a year of global transformation, a year when soldiers returned home, when the world was rebuilding, and when America was solidifying its place as a leader of freedom and hope. Many coins from the early 1900s have faded into obscurity, but the 1918 wheat penny continues to shine in the eyes of collectors. Its bronze tone, iconic design, and century-old legacy make it a timeless favorite. It's a coin that captures both the simplicity and strength of the American spirit. Even beginners in coin collecting dream of adding a 1918 wheat penny to their collection. It's often the coin that inspires curiosity, the one that transforms a casual hobby into a lifelong passion. Because when you realize a century-old coin can be worth thousands, the magic of numismatics truly comes alive. The value of this coin depends heavily on its condition and preservation. A well-cared-for 1918 penny with its original reddish luster can easily cross the $1,000 mark, and those graded as MS66 red or higher have sold for as much as $3,500 to $5,000 in recent auctions. That's a massive return for something that once bought a piece of candy or a loaf of bread. Collectors prize this coin not only for its rarity, but also for what it symbolizes: stability, endurance, and the enduring beauty of American craftsmanship. Every curve, every detail, every letter etched into this copper masterpiece reflects the precision of an era long past. When you look at a 1918 wheat penny under proper lighting, you can see the deep red-brown glow of aged copper, shimmering like it's whispering secrets of history. That glow isn't just visual beauty, it's value, preserved through time and care. The truth is, opportunities like this are fading fast. Each year, fewer high-grade 1918 wheat pennies remain available as collectors lock them into private collections. The demand keeps rising, pushing the market upward, and that makes owning one today not just a pleasure, but a smart investment for the future. So if you ever come across a 1918 wheat penny without a mint mark, don't underestimate it. That small coin could be a hidden fortune, waiting to reveal its worth in the right hands. Keep your eyes open, because treasures like these often appear when least expected. The 1918 wheat penny stands as a proud reminder that even the smallest piece of metal can carry immense historical and monetary power. From the trenches of the First World War to the collections of today's elite numismatists, this coin has traveled through time as a symbol of endurance and value. And so, as we look back on more than a century of American history, one thing is clear: the 1918 wheat penny is not just valuable, it's legendary. A true relic of resilience, artistry, and timeless worth. A coin that continues to shine brighter with every passing year. As we move forward through time, from the final echoes of World War I to the depths of the Great Depression, another chapter in the wheat penny's legacy emerges: the remarkable 1931 no-mint-mark wheat penny. The 1931 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on its coins. It carried forward Victor David Brenner's beloved design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that symbolized integrity, leadership, and endurance through struggle. On the reverse, two beautifully curved wheat stalks surround the denomination, 1 cent, a design that celebrated the nation's strength through its agricultural roots. But what sets the 1931 wheat penny apart from most others is its timing and rarity. The Great Depression had caused a massive decline in commerce, which meant there was very little need for new coin production. As a result, far fewer pennies were minted that year compared to previous years, and that scarcity would one day make the 1931 issue a collector's treasure. Imagine an era where even a single penny could buy something meaningful: a loaf of bread, a cup of coffee, or a few nails to mend a fence. In that environment, coins were constantly circulating, and few people thought to save them. That's what makes the survivors, especially those in mint condition, incredibly special and valuable today. The 1931 wheat penny became a silent witness to America's struggle and resilience. People may have used it in everyday trade without a second thought, but today, this coin stands as a symbol of survival, both for the country and for the few examples that escape decades of wear. Over 19 million were minted, but finding one in perfect shape today is a challenge that excites collectors worldwide. Each pristine example carries not only historical value but genuine monetary power. Because of its limited production and strong demand, this coin has earned its place among the most desirable Lincoln cents ever made. Even in circulated condition, the 1931 wheat penny commands attention, but when found in mint state condition, its value skyrockets. Collectors and investors alike compete fiercely for top-graded examples certified by professional grading services. In recent years, high-grade 1931 wheat pennies have sold for $1,500 to $3,000, while those displaying brilliant red luster and near-flawless surfaces have reached as high as $5,000 at major coin auctions. For a coin that originally carried a value of just 1 cent, that's an astonishing leap through time, proof that history, rarity, and preservation can transform copper into gold. What makes the 1931 issue especially remarkable is that it was produced in very low numbers compared to other years of the wheat series. Collectors recognized its potential early on, and many set them aside even during the Depression. That foresight preserved some truly stunning examples that we still see today. When you hold a 1931 wheat penny in your hand, you're not just touching metal, you're touching a piece of American heritage. Every curve of Lincoln's profile, every subtle grain in the wheat design tells a story of struggle and perseverance. This coin lived through one of the hardest decades in U.S. history and came out shining. The Philadelphia Mint's craftsmanship during this period was impeccable. Despite economic struggles, the Mint continued producing coins that met the highest standards of design and quality. That's why 1931 no-mintmark wheat pennies in uncirculated grades often exhibit sharp details and a beautiful reddish-brown glow that collectors adore. For coin enthusiasts, this penny represents the perfect storm of collectability, limited mintage, historical importance, and visual beauty. It's not just valuable because of rarity, it's valuable because of what it represents: hope in hard times, strength through adversity, and the enduring image of Lincoln himself. Many new collectors dream of owning a 1931 wheat penny. It's a coin that brings excitement and prestige to any collection. Its story encourages people to look closer at the small things, to realize that even the tiniest pieces of history can hold immense value when preserved with care. As time passes, the demand for early wheat cents continues to grow. Younger collectors are entering the market, driving prices upward for coins like the 1931 no-mintmark penny. Its combination of age, beauty, and low mintage ensures that its value will only continue to climb in the years ahead. And here's something truly motivating. Some pristine 1931 wheat pennies have sold for more than $5,500, depending on their color, grade, and eye appeal. That's the kind of return that turns a small piece of bronze into a symbol of wealth and wisdom. This coin isn't just an old collectible. It's a reminder that perseverance pays off. Just as the United States endured the Great Depression and emerged stronger, the 1931 wheat penny survived decades of circulation and now stands proudly as one of the most valuable relics of its time. Collectors consider it a cornerstone of any serious wheat penny set. Whether you find one in an old jar, inherit it from a family collection, or purchase it at an auction, owning a 1931 wheat penny connects you to a piece of living history, one that still appreciates in value every year. So if you come across a 1931 wheat penny with no mint mark, treat it with respect. That small coin may carry a story of hardship and hope, and a potential value reaching several $1,000s. The 1931 wheat penny is proof that greatness can come in the smallest forms. A cent born during the darkest economic years now shines as a beacon of rarity and worth. In the hands of a true collector, it's more than a penny. It's a piece of history worth every dollar it commands. From the scarcity and struggle of 1931, America slowly began to regain its footing. The nation's spirit was rebuilding, and with it came a renewed sense of hope reflected in the coins of the mid-1930s. Among them, one stands out as a silent witness to recovery: the 1934 wheat penny with no mint mark. This coin wasn't just a continuation of the wheat cent design. It was a symbol of renewal. Victor David Brenner's timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln graced the obverse, representing leadership and resilience through hardship. On the reverse, the familiar wheat stalk stood proudly beside the words 1 cent, echoing the country's agricultural roots and hardworking spirit. The 1934 issue came after years of low mintages during the Depression. As the economy began to recover, demand for new coinage rose again, and Philadelphia responded. However, even though production increased, collectors have come to recognize the 1934 no mintmark penny as one of the most beautifully struck and historically meaningful coins of its era. Every 1934 wheat penny tells a story of transition, from scarcity to stability, from despair to determination. Imagine the people who handled this very coin. Men finding work through Roosevelt's recovery programs, families rebuilding their lives, and businesses opening their doors once more. This penny circulated through a reborn America. Though millions were produced, not all have survived the passage of time in good condition. The coins that remain crisp, lustrous, and sharply detailed are now the jewels of serious collections. Collectors seek out these pieces not only for their beauty, but for what they represent in America rising again. Over the decades, this coin's value has grown steadily. Even in moderately circulated condition, it draws strong attention from collectors, while uncirculated examples can command impressive premiums. A flawless mint-state 1934 wheat penny is considered a prize, a coin that shines brighter than its humble face value would ever suggest. Top-graded examples of the 1934 wheat penny have sold for $1,500 to $2,000, and those with vibrant red surfaces and perfect strikes have reached auction prices exceeding $3,000. That's the power of history captured in copper, a simple cent transformed into a collectible treasure. Part of this coin's charm lies in its balance between availability and rarity. It's not as scarce as the Depression-era issues before it, yet finding one in pristine, untouched condition is a true challenge. That fine balance makes it irresistibly appealing to collectors of all experience levels. When you hold a 1934 no mintmark wheat penny, you can feel the spirit of recovery within it. The sharp engraving of Lincoln's profile, the deep wheat lines on the reverse, they speak of renewal and craftsmanship at a time when America was rediscovering its strength. The Philadelphia Mint in 1934 was once again in full swing, producing coins with a quality and precision that reflected national optimism. That same optimism lives on in every preserved 1934 penny, its warm bronze glow symbolizing prosperity reborn. For coin historians, the 1934 wheat penny serves as a bridge, connecting the hardship of the early 1930s to the promise of a stronger decade ahead. It's a coin that represents not only value but progress. As collectors examine these coins under light, the reddish-brown hues shimmer with depth and history. Each coin carries the subtle fingerprint of time, marks of its journey through the pockets of a rebuilding nation. And while other coins from the 1930s may fade into obscurity, the 1934 wheat penny continues to rise in esteem. It's often chosen as a key date in mid-series wheat penny collections because of its beauty, symbolism, and potential to appreciate further in value. Today, owning a 1934 wheat penny is like holding a fragment of national recovery, a reminder that even during hardship, America never stopped moving forward. That enduring faith in progress makes this coin not just valuable, but deeply meaningful. Numismatists treasure this issue because it combines artistry, story, and scarcity in perfect harmony. It's a tangible piece of history that connects collectors to a chapter of hope, perseverance, and renewed prosperity. The market for the 1934 wheat penny remains strong. Demand from passionate collectors continues to rise, especially for examples in mint-state red condition. Some of the finest specimens have sold for more than $3,500, proving that this humble cent carries more than a century of rising worth. So if you happen upon a 1934 wheat penny with no mint mark, don't overlook it. That coin represents rebirth, resilience, and value that has endured through time. In the grand legacy of the Lincoln Wheat series, the 1934 no mint mark penny stands tall, a coin that reminds us that from the hardest times come the most remarkable treasures. From the hopeful recovery of 1934, America stepped further into renewal by 1936, a year defined by progress, optimism, and national pride. And within that spirit of revival, the Philadelphia Mint produced another extraordinary piece of history, the 1936 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that continues to shine brightly in the world of numismatics. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, carried the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln on its obverse, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's calm, determined expression served as a reminder of resilience and leadership, qualities that America itself embodied during this period of recovery. On the reverse, the classic twin wheat stalks framed the denomination 1 cent, and the inscription, United States of America. The design reflected the values that built the country: hard work, agriculture, and unity, themes that still resonated deeply in 1936. Production of the 1936 wheat penny was notably higher than previous years, as the economy's revival increased demand for circulating coins. Yet even with a large mintage, finding pristine examples today is not easy. Time has worn away most of these copper beauties, leaving only a precious few in exceptional condition. The 1936 issue represents a perfect balance between availability and collectability. It's a coin that nearly every collector encounters, but only the finest examples, those with blazing red color and sharp detail, command true admiration and value. Collectors often describe the 1936 wheat penny as the coin of quiet strength. It doesn't boast ultra-low mintages like earlier Depression-era cents, yet it carries immense historical weight. Each surviving coin is a living artifact of an America that was healing and advancing once more. Even in lightly circulated condition, this coin attracts steady interest, but it's in uncirculated or mint-state grades where its real magic appears. A lustrous 1936 penny with deep red surfaces and crisp features can fetch an impressive price among enthusiasts and investors. At major auctions, top-quality 1936 wheat pennies have sold for $1,500 to $3,000, while coins graded MS-67 red, those virtually flawless examples, have achieved record prices surpassing $5,000. That's the kind of success story that turns a simple cent into a collector's dream. The 1936 wheat penny also holds a special place in American memory because it reflects a decade of transformation. New infrastructure projects, new jobs, and new optimism defined the mid-1930s. This coin circulated during the rise of radio, cinema, and the golden age of American innovation. To hold a 1936 wheat penny is to touch that era of rebirth. It's more than a coin, it's a time capsule, preserving the determination and creativity of a generation rebuilding its world. The Philadelphia Mint's craftsmanship during this year was extraordinary. Many coins exhibit precise details, smooth fields, and rich color variations from deep chocolate brown to fiery red. Each shade tells its own story of preservation and time. Collectors treasure these coins for their aesthetic beauty as much as their historical value. Under proper light, a mint-state 1936 penny gleams like polished copper fire, a dazzling sight that commands respect in any collection. This coin also serves as a reminder that even the most common-seeming things can hold rare worth when preserved with care. Countless 1936 pennies were spent and forgotten, yet the few saved in perfect condition became priceless relics of a bygone America. For new collectors, the 1936 wheat penny is often a starting point, an accessible coin with a rich backstory and strong potential for appreciation. It's a gateway into the captivating world of numismatics, where history and value walk hand in hand. And for seasoned enthusiasts, it's a vital part of the complete wheat penny set, a year that marks the country's momentum toward prosperity, symbolized through a coin that gleams with hope. The market for 1936 wheat pennies continues to rise steadily. As high-grade examples grow rarer, their prices have shown consistent upward movement, confirming that this coin is not only valuable but an excellent long-term investment. So if you ever come across a 1936 wheat penny with no mint mark, handle it with care. That coin may be worth far more than you imagine, not just in dollars, but in the story it tells and the history it preserves. The 1936 wheat penny stands as a tribute to America's revival, a coin that bridges the struggle of the Depression and the strength of the nation that followed. It is proof that even the smallest piece of metal can carry the soul of an entire era and shine brighter with every passing year.